Good morning to you all here from Rhode Island. Oh, we had such a beautiful day yesterday and the sun is out today. All is good. And we are Beyond Eons Productions. I am your host, Nikki, and this is Wednesday Whispers, episode 8. And for those of you, hello, who are just chiming in and learning about who we are and what we're doing and why I'm talking to you every Wednesday, I decided to become a part of Beyond Eons Productions. And we don't know what we're doing. We're growing. That's all we know. We're interviewing people. We're trying to find different professionals and looking at literally the other side of things, which is the show that we have currently on the YouTube channel, and just trying to bring Rhode Island to everyone else. And what Wednesday Whispers is kind of like an intermediary show where we're trying to tell you about what happened the previous episode, some of the things that came up and what we think about them, and then the things that we're doing in the near future and what the next episode holds and all the things that we're getting into. So I hope that kind of clears things up for you guys. If you have any questions, please let us know. And right now I'm going to bring on Dante and Jakeem and we'll talk about what's going on. Accept, hopefully. All right, let's get Jakeem in on here.
Yeah. Oh,
hey.
perfect.
Let me see. Okay.
Perfect.
He's clear. His voice is clear.
Perfect.
His video is clear. How are you this morning?
Rested. Slept a lot. Yeah, slept a lot.
Good. Were you off last night or did you work?
Yeah. I'm off Monday and Tuesday.
Okay. Oh. So Monday night, Tuesday night, or Sunday night and Monday?
Yep, there you go. Yep, Monday night, Tuesday night.
All right. Awesome. All right. Trying to get Jakeem in on here. Okay. He's got the invitation. Good. So, did you put your pull-ups video out there?
What? No, I thought you was going to do
it. You want me to do it? Okay. All right, y'all. We got Dante to do some pull-ups. He knocked out a couple sets. We recorded it, so I will put that out for all y'all to see. What time you heading over there today?
Probably around, let me see, we get off at 11 or something, probably like 1.
Okay.
Depends. I might lay down again.
Catching up?
Nah, it's just like, I told you, rest is one of the most important things. When you lay down, you just rest up. You let your body tell you when you want to get up.
Yeah, absolutely. I try to as best as I can, unless I have an appointment or something. Hey, Dave. All right, I can't get Jakeem in here. What's going on? He's got the invite.
See my nice looking pillow.
All right, well, we'll start with you until we can get him in there. What have you been up to? What's going on?
I'm glad we're doing this mental health work, man. They really need some mental health people. Like, I'll give you an example of how stupid my job is, right? So in our job, we're broken up into distribution and we're broken up into the window section. And then there's another form of distribution because we got the night distribution that's sent out the mail for the morning distribution, and then the window. Okay. So like when I'm at work, so now I'm in my working area. So what they do is they come and get you out your working area to go help somewhere else with, especially if you don't even know, because I'm not from that particular distribution. I was always in the morning distribution, so I don't know how that night distribution go. So they have you come and do something, you don't know what you're doing. So the lady said, if you don't want to work, you go back to the window. What do you talk about? You came and got me out of my area where I was working. Exactly. That's my point. So the thing is, that's what I mean about sometimes when you're at work, and I call it, I don't care what they want to call it, it's a bullying tactic. It's because you can't get people to come to work and do their job. So you try to get other people out of their areas to go and do something that you need done because you need it done for yourself to look good, like you look like you're doing your job, but you're not doing your job because a person like me who comes to work, if you do that, now I want to join the rest of them. Like, you know what? I ain't coming to work now because you still got to pay me anyway. I got time. So that's why I'm saying up there saying when it's like when you take the time to rest. When I'm in my house, as you can hear, is peaceful. There's no issues, no problems. I have friends that come over and say the same things. But when you go outside of your house, that's when you know you're going to engage with all types of activities that you should be preparing yourself for before you go outside your house.
Right.
So that's basically what I've been up to, just resting up, getting my mind right, about to anchor in. I got me someone that know how to cook, so she's gonna make sure I get like sweet potatoes, cabbage, and collard greens and stuff, so I can change my diet, get a little sicker with you. Yeah, see. So that's what's
Dude, we
going
might
on.
have to bring her on. Does she do it? Is she a friend or someone who actually does it professionally, cooking?
She's a caterer, and I actually I was telling her to come on. She said she camera shy there. Yeah, so was Nikki. Now look at her.
Very camera shy. And I have to breathe and prepare every time I get on here, you guys. So it might seem fluid and pretty now, but the before stuff is not. I'm nervous all the time with camera work.
No, when I first did the first podcast I ever did, and there was no one in the living room. It's like it's something you just feel it. It's like even you just feel it. So I know where y'all coming from because I felt it. I was like, and imagine I've been in front of thousands of people performing, right? And sometimes it's different. It's different when you sitting in front of a camera because you know you're being recorded. Everything like you just want to make sure everything is right. And that's why I said, just let yourself go. Don't get caught up in that. Just go, do what you got to do, and everything will work itself out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And for my interview, it did. It was just that. And it went smooth. And we were just talking. We were having a conversation. And hey, Fabricated Lifestyles. So it just flowed. And I think that's the vibe that you bring to all of your interviews. And you make it really easy for people to open up and to just flow, like just look eye to eye, just look at me, we'll talk, the cameras will catch what they catch as far as visual things, and you can be heard, and it's a very comfortable atmosphere. And especially when we go to people, I think that helps a lot. It helped a lot for me to be in my own home. Same with Nada and everybody else that you've had. It's just they're in their own environment and they can just speak.
Not but see, if you look at it, even though we call it an interview, right? I like it more as a conversation. And the thing is, because it's like this is not no pre-setup. Like I know people might think we preset these things. No, when we go sit down with people, I just sit there. I don't even have questions. Like I bring you for like the interview we got coming up or the conversation we got coming up. I'm bringing you because you're going to be the person to ask questions that I wouldn't think about asking. Right. So it's going to be really more of a community type of conversation because I just like, see, one of the things is me, I never get so boastful and proud and think I could just do everything on my own. It's a team effort. So I was just like, you know what, I'm going to bring her in on this episode so you'll be a special guest. And I know this conversation is going to go real because it's going to be political. It's going to be community-based as well. So I just want to make sure that we cover every grounds that we covered. Like that's one of the things about me when I talk to someone. I want to make sure that we covered every ground that could be covered in that particular field. Like when we did your conversation, I wanted to make sure you covered everything. And one of the things that even men were saying is like how open she is about talking about periods and stuff. And so when you got men saying that, it lets you know that they got an understanding of something that they might have not understood. So that's one of the things I like to do is make sure that everything, like wait till you see the one with the therapist, we covered everything. Like it's like, even though it's like, you're going to be like, what did he not ask her? But it's not even about the questions, just the conversation just flow. And I just wanted to make sure that when I asked how people could get in touch with her, if they need her, because I believe that if anybody needs some therapy, she's the person to go to. Okay. I co-sign her. So that's what it is about conversations. When you come away from a conversation, like I'm a person that believes in the Bible. So when I tell people, if you want, I could teach you the Bible less than 30 minutes, less than 10 minutes. However long time you got, I could teach you how fast about the Bible. And that's what conversation should be. People are supposed to come away informed and have enough information where if they feel like they didn't get enough information that, you know what, these are questions that I will want to ask, not just this person I talked to, but somebody else.
Right. Well, I think that's so important when you are learning something. It's because if you have questions, that means you know that you're learning, that you're taking something in and reaching for further understanding. But when you like go to a lecture or receive information, it becomes so complicated and convoluted, and you're just like, it's not, you tune out. And the way you frame things, the way that we bring people into our conversations with our interviews, it's all stuff that can be soaked in and turned around and actually utilized. And when you have questions, that's key, because that means you're actually learning what's going on. I can't get Jakeem in here. I don't know what's going on. I keep accepting his invitation, but it's not working. Jakeem, are you, maybe you got to get on the iPhone. So do we want to talk about who's coming on this weekend? How much do you want to divulge with that?
That's a pre-recorded,
Right.
So it's not even coming out.
No, right. I know, but the person that we're interviewing, that won't come out next, but that will be down the future line of episodes that come out. But do we want to?
You can talk. Listen, Nikki, you're free range. You can talk about whatever. We're transparent over here. We haven't, like, I'll say, like, the thing is, we're talking about whatever, because we coming with mental health all next month. Well, right. A lot of it next month, mental health. So that's basically what we're dealing with. And she definitely gonna what's up, DJ Flip, Mercedes, and she definitely gonna speak on a political and a community base, because she's community oriented. So she's definitely going to speak on those topics. That's why I was just saying, you know what? Nah, let me bring Nikki in, because Nikki's good with these type of questions. Yeah. And I want this conversation. Like, I don't want nothing to go unanswered. Like, when people walk away, because this is important, because we're in election season as well. Right. And she already got on me. Are you registered? Well, lady, I have to be registered. I work for the federal government. Thank you, Flip. In one love, Rich. So, the thing is, I wanted to make sure, like, and then this might be women point of views that I might not even think about, that you might think, because it's a woman. I love when two women are conversing, because I believe women are the most intelligent creatures God has created ever. There's never gonna be an argument with that. And the reason why I say the problem is, women could be erratic, emotional. That's what I say. Yep. But men are crazy too, because I never seen a woman kill another woman for stepping on her pumps. I know dudes that kill dudes for stepping on their sneakers. So this is why I'm sitting up there saying, when it comes to mental illness, we're going to address all types of avenues, all types of mindsets, ideologies, why people think like this, because there ain't no point of just presenting it without telling you why people are doing it. And there's more people that's around me that's the more and more they come into my life, and they see why I'm so grounded. And they know one is because of my faith. My faith is first. I keep my faith. And a lot of people don't believe in God, so you can't come that direction with them because they don't believe in God. Like, one of my closest friends is an atheist, but he respects my belief, and I respect what he believes in. And we never really get into a conversation. That's one of the reasons why me and my friends get along, because we don't try to change each other's lives. Right. That's why I said, when you have a
Dante, breathe.
What up?
Breathe.
Oh, no, breathe. I can't see you, so I don't know if you did. That's why.
Breathe. Breathe.
He said, breathe.
Yeah.
Hey,
good morning.
Listen, King. If you read the comments, you can see what people.
Grand risings to both of you and everybody watching. Second, this interview that we're going to be doing, conversation that we're going to be having.
Yes.
Will it just be Nikki and our guest? Will it just be Nikki and our guest?
I'm going to be there too. Yeah. I'm going to be there. You know, I'm going to set it up.
I'm trying to paint the picture, because you set it up as if it would be just them two. So I'm just trying to, like, really shape it. Like, is it going to be just a female conversation?
No. Listen, I'm going to say this again, King. Listening is fundamental.
You're not going to be talking, and this is going to be them two.
No. If you see, was you listening? She said she loved the way I set things up. I'm going to set it up like I normally set it up. But because we going to have a political and a community-based conversation, Nikki will ask certain questions that I won't ask because I don't address certain things. So when she listens, because I'm going to, you know me, introduce yourself, say what you're going to say, and I'm listening for key points that I know people want to know, elaborate on that part. That's when I ask my question. But I know, if you notice with Nikki, Nikki will ask questions that would make you think. Even when she asking us questions, I'm like, that's interesting how she asked that question. So I would want her to be along on this one because, number one, she could probably ask a question women-wise that I wouldn't have asked based on that same conversation that's being held. And then another thing is Nikki might ask, because remember, she's a mother. I'm not. So she might ask something political that may be something that can help her daughter. So that's
no, it'll be
that's what I'm sitting up there saying. See?
Correct. It'll be the three of us. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm excited. One, from her not being from the US is going to bring an interesting vibe to the conversation. And just discussing, because she's been in office for a while now, and just what her, just where she's at with today. She's a little bit older, and me coming from a little bit younger perspective, and how she is able to, you know, communicate with our community from all sorts of ages, knowing that she has a daughter and she can tap into that generation. But what comes with age is a certain mindset. So I'll be curious to see the flexibility there and how she's been able to acclimate to the generations of past and how she brings that into what she does today. And by the way, we're having Miss Anastasia Williams on, and she is in what, the Senate?
She's in
the Island Senate.
She is a
representative.
Democratic Party. She in the not legislative. What is it?
Anastasia, we're looking you up real quick.
Because I had it. She House of Representatives. I wanted to say it, but I wanted to be sure. She is in House of Representatives at the State House, and she's been there, like you said, a while. She was she got to office back in '93.
Yep.
So she's had a great run, and so now she's about to gear up for the next political run. But not just her. I have some connections that I have to bridge, but there will be a couple more female representatives from the State House that we're going to sit down with. Not just females, but having females in politics and their perspective on certain things and fights that they're fighting that we may not know about. We're going to start bringing those to light, as well as sitting down with some male representatives and seeing the other aspect of the fight. And if they're similar,
right?
Who knows? We could sit them all down and try to have a civil conversation. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm curious to what is going on in the background, because we have some interesting things going on in this state, and I don't know what's going on, what's blocking us from doing certain things. Is this an old school mentality that we're carrying through all these years? Why are we at a standstill with certain things? And I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like we're behind the 8 ball on a lot, and I don't know what's coming, and I don't know
Nikki,
what's behind the scenes.
I gotta send you some paperwork. I forgot, my fault. Yeah, I'm gonna send you some documentation that some laws and stuff. So I'm gonna send that to you today. Me and you're gonna talk about it. When you got free time, call me on it. So because this week I wouldn't have brought these questions up, but I know you would. So
yeah.
What's going on? If you really think, okay, let's be real with what's going on. All right. Remember how we had the conversation last time, and I was telling Keem and Nada that if you're in a position of power, you're gonna look out for your community. You're gonna look out for your children, your loved ones, right? So let's examine some things that took place already that a lot of people haven't paid attention to, and I'm gonna bring this to the forefront. We have a mayor. This is not our first gay mayor, and he's married. This is not our first one. We have several. Now, if you notice something, the first thing that this man did that you paid attention to is he took we used to have this thing called Sound Session that became the Providence Fest, and it was in June, the same time as the Pride Month. Guess what he did? He separated it. Why?
What?
Yeah.
Man, why did he do it?
He moved it too.
Oh, King, you didn't know?
No.
Damn, King, what's wrong with you?
Okay,
Alrighty,
I will tell you this.
like that was so my you know, my surprise and upset, you know, reaction comes from I was part of the Black Rep back when it was still Sound Session. That was one of the biggest, most peaceful parties that you can have. Like Westminster downtown was locked off. They had a parade that came down from the mall through downtown like water fight. It was a giant parade that stopped at the front door and we partied all week. Like
Yep.
there were several stages, artists all over the country. The Pride Parade was going on one street. They come up like everybody was
Oh, shout
just
out my man Blue Diamond. He's in the building. Don, what
everybody
up?
was just there. Like it was meant to be that way. And then like that just kind of like
Oh,
that
no, see,
kind
King,
of
you don't know what's been going on. Okay, I like how you said it used to be. You know how many shootings there was of late?
but that's the PVD Fest. It's not the same organization. It's not the same people behind it. There's not
But
the
listen,
same.
but listen to it. Okay, you got to remember, guilty by association, brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. I can say, if I want to say they can blame it on hip hop, I can say that, but I'm just gonna say guilty by association, brother. So now, so Nikki, if this man did that, like I'm telling you, so now guess what he just gave free range to? His community, because he had the power to do so.
Mm-hmm.
See what I mean? Like I said, when I say anything on the camera, I'm gonna always be factual. I'm not gonna just say what I feel with my emotions. I'm gonna tell you what, and I'm gonna show you why I'm saying what I'm saying, because that's what it's the nature of the beast. Like you said, the old mentality is if you have power to uplift your community or your people or even your friends, or you get enough money from somebody that rub your palms, guess what? You're going to do it. That's human nature. And so some people be like, nah, I'm good, but some people will take it on. So that's why I'm sitting up there saying, it's like, look at what's going on within your own, like just local. You can see why things is happening, because of the fact of the matter is, if I see a community, like right now, we're going to be talking about recreation centers. What happened to them? What happened to the programs? Like, why no funding? That's what she's saying. Why no funding is going into the Big Brother programs, the YMCA's, what's the what we grew up on, King, when we used to play ball.
Into too much of what we were talking about because we want people to tune in to see this conversation. This is a great topic. You're proving that point. Where everybody's engaged. We want to get into it, but don't dive into the conversation that we started having with her. Save that.
No, I'm not. I said this is what we're gonna be talking about.
Yeah, but I know sometimes you gotta stop me before you start getting you get on
Nah,
the roll
nah.
and then
Hey, Nikki, they're not doing a good job. I have not. No, I'm not gonna. I didn't even want to say who it was. I was gonna say nothing, but Nikki brought it up, so I was like, all right, cool, we good.
So here's where it's going to be very interesting for me, because I was born here. I didn't grow up here, but my summers would be in Rhode Island. And this is one of the reasons why I'm back here now, because I had such a strong hold on my childhood and coming up. And some of those months were actually when Anastasia was in office back then in '93. So this was like right at the tail end of me coming to visit. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see the progression of how things have changed. And I still hold very much to what I was like. Rocky Point. Rocky Point is gone. You know, some of these festivals that we used to have, and
I forgot about Rocky.
What'd you say?
I forgot about Rocky Point. You're right.
Yeah, that was like one of my favorite places to go to, and the hall that used to be there to get, you know, clam cakes and chowder, and then uprooted that, and then I think that might be closed for good. They moved it over on maybe Post Road in Warwick.
yeah, it's there, but it ain't there. Like it says.
No.
I'm not from here, so when I got here, I came into hearing the stories about Rocky Point, and then when I drove past it on Post Road, I'm like, that's what they was raving about. Like it don't attractive. Like I don't know what.
King. I'm not gonna let you go there like that. Okay. Listen. Let me tell you something. I moved here in time of Rocky Point. Like when I hear Rocky Point was fun. You know, remember the cyclone in New York? The cyclone ride. I wouldn't touch that ride in New York. Rocky Point had the cyclone. I used to get on that like it was nothing. And the corkscrew. But so Rocky Point was fun at its time. The bumper cars and the that other ride that used to get you dizzy when they playing the rock and roll. Forgot what that ride was called. So Rocky Point had its moment. So I'm not gonna let you get away with that one.
Get away with what? I wasn't insulting anything. I said I wasn't here when it was happening, so I can't make any judgments
And then you
as to
drove
what it looked
by and said, you drove by, this is what people was raving about? So this
No.
So I off by saying I wasn't there to see the original one.
Right.
So when I know what is there now, I couldn't really say it. Like, is that what they were talking about? Because when I first saw it, it didn't look like anything.
No, they literally, yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
trying
they
to take
literally. So basically, they just uprooted some of the baubles and shit and put them over on the side of the road and said, here's your home. I mean, it used to be huge. It used to be such an amazing place to go to. And of course, I'm coming from a 10, 12, 13-year-old perspective, but that's what carries on. Like, why? I don't understand some of the things that we have not carried on, that weren't maintained, that didn't keep up with the tradition. Like, for example, the carousel is still around. I think Roger Williams has a carousel, and there's also one on the Parkway in East Providence.
So
and that's
think about it. What do people use that for?
What, the carousel?
Pictures. Yeah, wedding pictures.
Right.
So again, it's like, it's going by what you're saying. They're going to keep monuments that have value of bringing in income. If something doesn't bring in income, or something doesn't present, like, again, the Rex don't present anything that you will want to keep alive. You know what I mean? What is it doing?
Question.
Answer.
Question. How do you feel? We just came through season 1. Like, we just ended our season. We were on break, and I'm sitting here like I'm supposed to be resting, but that's not happening. What was the highs and lows, the pros and cons? Like, what did you like about the first season? Like, because I think we had a conversation like a couple of days after, I think, our episode, or the Wednesday Whisper with Nutta, and I believe I was telling you I was coming home and I was like, yeah, we got enough episodes to end the season. I was talking to myself, then the next day he gets on the phone, he's like, yo, I think we should end it. We should call this the season. I'm like, I was just thinking the same thing. So we have about 15 episodes or something like that. Like, what do you think? Like, what do you think we've accomplished so far? Like, or how do you feel about what we've accomplished so far?
I think you came out with a bang, and I think it was just you're putting your whole heart out there and everything that you've been wanting to do, and that you finally did it, and it came through really strong. And the fact that you already have such amazing experience with editing, with talking in front of the screen, I mean, that's a huge asset. Like, people have to learn this for years and years and years, but the background that you came with to bring into the videos, and then Dante naturally having conversations with people, I loved all of it. I loved how far-reaching each video was, meaning from one subject to the next. I'm glad that you didn't corner yourself, because you probably didn't know what was going on in the beginning, so you just let it go. As it developed, you're like, okay, this is how we're going to wrap it up. But yeah, I believe that it just flowed in a nature that just said, okay, we're here, and we are going through the gamut of all of these different conversations. And I like that we're moving into, like, say, a mental health series, but I don't think we should be exclusive to that within the second season.
It's not,
I think as far as like putting a playlist together, I think it's awesome, but I think throwing in like Anastasia in there, and then your therapist in there, and then another representative, I just really think that will keep people engaged. And then, like you said, Dante, we'll find who our audience is and what they like, and then we hone in our craft.
So, Nikki, tell them tell them, hold up, King, tell them what this is, because a lot of people are coming in. Let them know what we do for this. What is this called what we're doing today.
Yeah, I did when I did the introduction, I made sure to say what Wednesday Whispers is. But what we decided to do was come up with a midweek report, if you will, or a review. And what we wanted to do is say, this is who we had on last weekend. What did they bring to the table? Were there any more questions, and just certain things that happened throughout that episode that really struck us, and to communicate that with you guys and how we felt about it, because we're watching these episodes with you guys, and so we're reviewing what happened. And then the following weekend's episodes, we also talk about, to give you guys a hint as to what's coming up next, what we're doing, and just kind of, I don't know, bringing everything together from episode to episode. So that's what Wednesday Whispers is.
Go ahead, King.
I almost forgot what I was gonna say. So
See,
you
even
think you are, because I was like, we do all that? So I recently met up with a well-known figure in the Providence and Pawtucket community, who has now moved into politics, and we chopped it up, and we're going to be actually bringing that guest on. I'm not going to say anything yet until it's solidified, but he is now a representative in one of our cities, and this is big because his namesake goes across seas
Okay.
as an artist. So yes, it's gonna be so yeah. So it's like I said, it's not just politics with females. There will be males, but that's also gonna be an artist series. Like there are so many different spoken word artists. I hinted at one in the colorblind episode, like Rudy Cabrera. He's a very well known one, but it's like not just spoken word artists. There's like there will be songwriters, singers, lyricists. But I would like to sit down with some of these people, these figures. Like they don't have to be a hip hop artist and come on a show and just talk about hip hop. It shouldn't have to be that way. Like just because you're known as this hip hop artist, we want to get the people to know you as you, not for what you do, but who you are. So
Right.
so it will be sprinkled. There will be mini series. There will be, there will be some more dedicated series. Then there will be like those pop-ups. But yes, season 2 is going to be full of different things, full of different people. Who knows where we're going to end up and who we're going
Right.
to be.
And I hope that the people that we do bring on, as far as in the political realm, can really talk and really, I hate to say it this way, but tell the truth, like really from the heart. Because when you're in a person of position like that, sometimes you have to be careful with what you say. And that's really frustrating.
Yeah.
Because we don't know if we ever get to the inside of who that person is. And when Anastasia comes on, I don't want to just talk about politics. I'm not a political person. I do have opinions, but I can't speak on certain things because I just don't know them. I don't understand them. So my perspective will be very different. And I'll learn and ask questions as I go along. But I want to know how she came up, how the hell she got here, why Rhode Island. I want to know all the things that make that person who they are. And with spoken word, right, we will deep dive into so many other subjects because they didn't go from here to there. It's never a linear line. Mm-hmm. All the things that come up, hey, Angela, in between is all the good stuff. And yeah, I just hope that with the people that are in places of power that we can get into that. And whether we have to cut it out or not, you know what I mean? I just hope that they can be free to talk to us and just
guard it. But it's hard, especially in like an election season, and everybody's watching everything you're doing. So it's like your opponents are trying to nitpick and find loopholes to take jabs and like diminish your name. And it's sad. That's the one thing that I really dislike about politics. It's like, who cares about whatever history I had? Like, if it's not hurting the agenda and I am for the agenda and I've proven that time and time again, what should it matter about my shady past or if I like my family's like mishaps or family members who are not, you know, well mentally, have habits, have addictions. Like they are something that I deal with my family. I'm not bringing that to the table. I'm bringing this to the table. Why can't you just focus on that? Like what goes on in my home goes on in my home. What goes on in this office goes on in this office for this state. Why should it be harder than that?
King, you know
And
why?
how else are we supposed to connect with these people? If they don't have the issues that we have, I don't want them representing me.
But
I
hold
want
up,
these
listen.
people to have real life experiences, real family members they have to deal with just like us, because we know that when they're in power, they're going to do something to help us out because they are going through the same thing.
Hey, listen,
And
Nikki and Key. Listen, yo, y'all
I miss
gotta
Uncle.
again. I keep telling y'all. See, y'all coming from a point of family and construct and building up communities. I keep trying to tell y'all, the higher you go up the food chain, the more you corrupt and finance you're gonna find out it's big business. Politician is big. I talk to people in this realm, and the things. Shoot, I wanted to get in it. What I was hearing, how some people get paid for doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like making money doing nothing. And it's like, and it seems like the more destruction they do, the more money they make. So I'm gonna give it to you like this. Like, watch this, right? You're a business, right? So you have this potential profit you want to earn. If you don't disperse this profit that you're supposed to disperse, and it's supposed to be dispersed, where's it going? Somebody's getting that in their pocket, and it's unaccounted for. So again, you can sit up there and say, I want you to look out for my family in the best of my interest. But when certain people's in them positions, and you, like you said, you can't talk. Why do you think you can't talk? Because again, they don't want the secrets to be exposed. So everybody,
Then they should be in office.
huh?
Then they
I get, but
shouldn't be there.
I'm with you. But the fact that, okay, see, you know what makes a difference? You see what we started right here? We started the conversation, the other side of things. Now, what happens is once people start realizing what we're talking about and what we're opening the doors to, then they're going to come in. Guess what? Our little whisper is now going to be a voice. Once you have a voice, now you could voice your opinion in certain things, and now you can put the spotlight. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. If you don't believe me, go look this up. Go back to Ferguson, Missouri, with the Mike Brown situation. Do you know the people, the activists that was heavy in there, they was found dead? Nobody said nothing. And they was killed violently. Why? Because they was setting an example. So like I said, this is big business. And when you start messing with somebody's business, oh yeah, somebody's gonna come see you. So again, if it's a dog-eat-dog world and I gotta worry about my well-being over your well-being, and I'm not ready to sacrifice and die for that well-being, guess what? I'm gonna make sure I'm taken care of before I even think about what happens for you. That's what you gotta understand. See, I understand this. That's why I'm not expecting nothing from nobody. I'm expecting to do for myself. But I'm gonna do what I can do for the people. Like this conversation, like I said, I help a lot of people. Matter of fact, there's somebody right here that can tell you I help them. So the fact of the matter is, and I don't be taking a camera. Like I told her, you can have a camera right now showing people how I helped you. I don't need to do that because you know what I did. That's it. That's all that matters. Because I ain't trying to get accolades. It's okay to be acknowledged for what you do, but most people do it for accolades. They want to do it for the finance. They want to do it for, oh, look at me, look what I've done. So it's I'm not just gonna sit up there and say they're not doing their job, because if she didn't, put it this way, she came to us because she knew she could say what she wanted to say with us and felt comfortable enough to do that.
Right.
So that's something to keep in mind. She came to us, and I have a relationship with her, so she was just like, I want to do this, and now Keem got a relationship with her, so we don't know what she's going to talk about, but we're open. And here's the thing, not just her, anyone that comes on, like if DJ Flip came on, I want them to feel comfortable to converse. It's like when Sneaker Junkies, remember what he said to us, King? What did he say? He said he don't want to go on CNN or none of that because he don't want his words to be cut. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. See, some people think like that. They think that, oh, media, because we are media now. We're media. They thinking that they're gonna get their words changed. No, we're not doing. What we record is coming out. unless you say otherwise. But nobody have said that. So from season 1, my take from it is, I'm with you, Nikki, the broadness and the willingness of everyone sitting down and felt comfortable enough to tell their side of the story. That's what I loved about everybody that came on and told their side. Like, I learned so much from Sneaker Junkie. I learned so much from Mike. Keem edited. He brought their stories to life. The teachers and what they go through. Her son, the experience in the racism. What else happened in that season? Because when we recording, we just recording. And only time I get to actually sit down and watch is when I actually sitting down and watch it when it actually comes out. Because I'm not rewatching and seeing what was said or what wasn't said. Oh, we could have did this or we could not. We doing it right there, and it's in Keem's hands.
The conversation with Ricardo could have went into another hour, like literally the conversation, like and for Mixed Magic Theater, he didn't even know that was happening until like a day before. Like I just like walked up on him and was like, "Hey, what you doing? Like, come get interviewed? Yeah, I'll do it." And next day, I was setting up. He's like, "What interview? Let's go."
Yeah,
that was
it keeps authenticity of it and the flow of it. And, you know, for me, I'll prepare for this weekend because I don't want to go in and not know anything about Anastasia. But when you're talking to friends and people you've known for a while and having that nice, light not light necessarily, but just the flow of the conversation goes so well. It just makes for a really nice, pleasant thing to watch, no matter what the subject is about, how aggressive or not it can be. It just flows and just has a really nice feel to it. So speaking of which, as far as what's coming up, you have, what was the title of the next one that we're coming out with? Was it Mind Games?
Mind Games is part of the mental health series.
Yes. So talk about that. That's okay. So I guess it's ready to be edited. Are we cutting our 4-week sabbatical, or are we okay? So we have what, 2 more weeks?
Yes. So I just basically emptied out my cameras and put the footage in there, set it up to be edited, but I'm not touching it. I walked away because I got to focus on the interview coming up this weekend, and I'm also in the chopping of previous season, like season 1. I'm still chopping up to be for the shorts that are coming out, that have been coming out. So that's where my editing is focused on right now. I'm not touching the episodes. Probably like the last week, I'll start getting back into editing and touching up things to get that ready, so we can, like, that same week or maybe the week before, I'll start touching it so we can start promoting the second season. But and plus I what's next week? Next week I got my monthly is tomorrow, my monthly recharge day, and then I got possibly a minor procedure to go to right after that.
For you?
I'm not, for me, yes.
Okay.
Nothing too serious, but and it's just like juggling a lot of things. Like we were speaking, I almost didn't make it today because I've been also dealing with my mom, who is in the early stages of Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I was at an appointment with her yesterday. She called me frantic because she has a double appointment today. She thought it was 1 and found out it was 2. We just found out how to get her the medical transportation to get her to these appointments, because sometimes I can't make it or sometimes my wife can't make it, but we still are in contact with her doctors as far as her care and everything else. So it's like, it's a lot from a son's perspective, balancing all of this, but then having to kind of be caregiver to your mother. Like everybody has that, if they have that relationship with their parents, will have that moment in life where they become the caregiver for them.
Right.
And it happened a lot sooner than I expected, but there's no timeline as to when things like this will occur.
Right.
So it's been rough dealing with that, and watching her deal with it, I think, is the hardest part. Being a woman who raised me, watching how of sound mind and body and things she instilled in me, now to be like almost reteaching her what she taught me, or like trying to find that common ground of conversation when she gets frustrated and upset with herself because she can't change what she's going through. And it's watching that frustrated hurts. It is not easy to deal with. So this sabbatical is also allowing me to take time to just kind of like zero in on that and get a better footing.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, I'm watching my parents age as well, and luckily they are still
Mama
very
Parker,
strong
hello.
and healthy. But it's hard to watch because you see certain things slip as parents get older, and you're just like, what? And then you really take a look at them, and next thing you know, like my parents are in their mid to late 70s, and I'm like, what? And then you realize how old you are, and then you're like, oh shit. And then, yeah, it's scary. It's really scary. And you really want to make best of the time that you have with them, and doing what you need to do is right for your family. And when you go to bed, did you do all that you could for them or for yourself? And that's a tough one. So any of you guys out there dealing with anything like this, with dealing with parents or loved ones with dementia and Alzheimer's, it's very, very disheartening to watch. And we're here to support you if you guys want to come out and talk and send comments, especially to help Jakeem in his journey with his mom. If you guys have any questions or comments or things that helped you on your journey with your loved one, that would be fantastic.
Much appreciated. Amen. Speaking of birthdays, mine's next week.
Oh, how old are you going to be?
See, old enough to forget.
Oh, well, I was asking that question, I was thinking how old I was. I'm like, wait, if I have to answer this question.
I know. I'm trying to make a Jackie Wilson. I will be a Jackie Wilson age. Do you remember his
I can't
number?
get that with that reference. That doesn't help me.
Like, man, it's called
Who?
Jackie Wilson. Dodgers. Never
You
mind.
Oh,
don't
okay.
watch baseball?
You didn't see.
No.
Never mind. 42. I'll be 42.
I'm the one that plays the
Hey,
sport.
Key,
I'm not
Key,
into
you said the
sports.
wrong number. It was Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson. I said the wrong
Okay,
name. Not
I know Jackie
No,
Robinson.
that's what I meant to say. I was like, I knew who you was trying to say. I was like, he's going to be 42, but I was like, well, who the hell is Jackie Wilson? Jackie Robinson.
Well, I'm music and sports at the same time. You leave me alone.
Okay, how are you celebrating?
I don't know. My wife keeps asking me the same thing. I haven't been a big, to do about my birthday for a long time. Like, so
Same.
I know what I'm getting. One of my gifts is I'm getting solar panels installed that day.
Oh, you took the deep dive into solar panels. Oh my goodness.
Oh, get him, Nikki. Get him. Get him.
It's free.
No, I won't say that. I had a bad experience with them, and it has really nothing to do with the panels themselves. But that will be,
Dante.
when we talk about divorce, we can go into that.
Got nothing to do with the panel, Dante.
Listen,
I was excited to get them too, but I never even got to get any benefit from it. So, all right. So birthday coming up, and we got season 2 coming up in 2 weeks. We have Miss Anastasia this weekend. I'm very excited to meet her and have a conversation. And yeah, we have lots of shorts, you guys. So between Athena Warrior Training and Beyond Eons Productions, we have been putting out shorts every day of all of the episodes that have already come out. We want you to be able to get little snippets and little pieces of the parts that we really enjoyed, and we hope you enjoy them too. The goal is to try to spread us as far as possible. One of the things that I've tried to do is to use a trending song behind the reel or the story or the short, just so that more people we have more visibility. And the goal is to get the visibility, and then down the road we'll take that part out, because The last one I put out, I think the percentage of the song was like literally 10%, and we can hardly hear us talking. And that's so frustrating.
Yeah, yeah. That is part of my world of editing. Like frustrating when it's like I put a command in, you said you did it, and then when I hit play, it's like you didn't do what you said you was going to do. Now I have to go in here and figure out why you didn't get the message
Yeah.
that you said you got.
Well, and the fact that the songs are all a different volume, I'm like, okay, well, this song was at the volume I set it to, but this one seemed like it was 50 times louder. And I'm like, well, and you have to, yeah, it's crazy. So I'm getting to learn some of the things that you do on the daily, and it is very frustrating.
And now you know why I don't do it.
You're right.
I don't mess with it.
Like,
I'm
I
like,
keep talking.
listen. Yeah, I'm telling you, ask Keem. As soon as I call it nerd talk. As soon as you start saying stuff, I'm like, I tune out. I'm done. Peace. It's like at work. When you telling me to do something I don't know what to do, bye. Have a good day. I'm not. We're not having that discussion. I don't even get as I get older, my tolerance of trying to figure something out, if you ain't giving me the right information and correct way of getting me to know it, I'm not, forget it. I'm good. I'm tuned right out.
You outsource.
That's why I wanted.
That's the point of it. You hone in on what you do and you do it really well. Everything else, you hire people when you get to that point. And I think that's the best way. So you can hone in on your craft and be the best that you can be at what you do. And then everything else falls into line. You have people down the road. But in general, that's what we want to move towards.
Oh, yeah.
You know why I know, Nikki? Go ahead, Keem, if you saying something. You saying something?
No, I'm good.
Oh. The reason why is
Wait,
because
what day is your birthday?
Thursday, the 18th.
Thursday. Okay. All right. So we'll be on the day before. All right.
Thursday. We'll do something with you, King. Do something.
We should go out and have a drink.
Get you some pizza or something.
Do you drink, actually?
Pizza. What are you talking about? Here.
Let's go to Chuck E. Cheese.
I didn't say Chuck E. Cheese, but we get some pizza.
You got me. No, I don't know. My wife keep asking me, but I might have an answer for her finally. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while, but I haven't done, and I would like to do that. Is go to Supercharged.
What is that?
It's near Foxborough Stadium. It's the world's largest indoor go-karting facility.
No.
Yes.
I am a go-kart queen.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I would turn into a different person
It's
on
literally,
go-kart.
listen, it's literally like a mini highway indoors.
Oh my God. I've been to A1, is it?
K1 over here in Lincoln.
Well, yeah, I've been there. Oh,
Yeah,
I tried so hard to get on the supercharged ones. Like you have to get a certain time, under a certain time in the regular speed to be able to be allowed to go to the higher speeds. I just haven't raced enough, but oh my God.
oh yeah.
That's my jam.
I'd be skidding around corners at K1.
I don't slow down. Nope. Hopefully I don't flip it.
They've slowed me down a couple times, so I was going too fast because there were kids on the track. So yeah.
Yeah, don't put kids on the track. Sorry.
Not what I'm on.
I don't stop for the kids. You decided to put that helmet on?
Wow. Wow.
So,
We get it. We get it. That as soon as that bing.
yep. I'll be looking over my corner to try to cut someone off. I'm dirty on the racetrack.
No breaks for me.
Nope.
Just tail around every corner until I learn how to cut it. Oh yeah, no breaks.
Oh my God. You have to, your wife's got to film you on the track. All right, guys. I think that will wrap up today's Wednesday Whispers. We have so much that is coming out, and thank you for being on this ride with us. And yeah, again, we love your comments, questions, suggestions on who you want on. If you'd like to come on, please talk to us. We'd love to have a conversation with you. People need to speak and they need to share, and whatever it is that you might be going through, a voice helps, and what you say can help someone else, and that's really important to us. Fellas, any last words?
Cool
Mm.
running.
Cool running?
I got that. That's a movie.
Yes, I love that movie.
Movie. Nah, my thing is, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching. We hope that we have gave you great content that you can learn from and teach other people with as well. And it's just going to even get better. Like, I love the journey that we actually on. Like, the people that we're talking to. If somebody would have told me that we were sitting, like, the therapist one, I'm telling you, mind games. Oh, I can't wait for that to come out.
Yeah.
I
2 weeks, 2
can't wait.
weeks.
Mhm.
All
No,
right,
4
y'all.
weeks. 4 weeks.
Oh, and one more thing. Just let your soul glow.
Do what?
Let your soul glow.
Let
Nah,
Oh, yeah,
he
yeah,
told
yeah. Did you make that short yet?
music coming. Music coming.
Good.
Music's
Yes.
coming too,
Oh,
Nikki.
that's
I was
Music
just
What'd you say?
coming.
I was just here moving some stuff around, reorganizing and opening up the space to make space for what's about to happen. So I'm
Ooh, okay.
doing,
The song I was letting
who
you
knows?
hear in the gym. That's gonna be on my shorts.
Then
One thing, real quick, I think we need to start taking pictures, meaning when we're filming and Jakeem, especially when you're behind the camera, is to start getting your phone
Agree.
out to take pictures. So
Agree.
we have stills of people in action. And I think those are really easy things to throw out, like, hey, this is where we're at right now. This is what's going on. Stay tuned. People like that too. People like those quick shots of what's going on and, everything in between, because we are the other side of things, but at the same time, there is another side to that side. And that's behind everything else that's going on. And I think people would appreciate that too.
I like that idea.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
All right. On that note, you guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy the sun. It's finally here. Hopefully we can keep the weather going and man, it's so nice to be outside.
Keep hope alive.
All right now.
Peace. Deuces.
Bye guys.
Later.